Good morning. On behalf of the senior class and the Piper High School administration, welcome to Piper High School's class of 2021 commencement ceremony. This morning we join together to honor the class of 2021 as they reach a milestone in their lives, their high school graduation. This is a very special time in these graduates' lives, and we ask that the audience please give them the respect and dignity they deserve. Please take a moment to turn off your cell phones and other electronic devices. Remember, air horns and noisemakers are not permitted during the ceremony. Please remember to keep your face coverings on throughout the ceremony. We ask that you hold your applause until the appropriate times so that each graduate receives the recognition he or she deserves. Thank you for joining us today to honor our graduates.
Good morning, parents, friends, families, and distinguished guests. My name is Kenesha Moiston. I'm the battalion commander, as well as the Broward County's recipient for the Distinguished Cadet of the Year Award. Please join me and my fellow graduates for today's presentation of the colors by the Piper High School's Army Color Guard. Today's Color Guard will be commanded by Second Lieutenant Van Ainsley Plancher, who is also carrying the U.S. flag. For our front sentinel, we have First Sergeant DeAndre Lewisdahl. Carrying our state's flag, Private Jeffrey King. Our beloved Piper flag, Second Lieutenant Michael Youssef. And for today's back sentinel, we have Sergeant Tal Mizrahi. I have the honor of reciting the Pledge of Allegiance, and chorus member who was belovedly graduating next to me with all her hard work, Karina Edwards, will be singing the national anthem. Please rise for the presentation of the colors.
Colors, hold, reset, colors.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare
Thank you, and you may be seated.
Right turn, march.
Please welcome Joanna Serafin to the podium.
Forward, march, forward. Respect. On. Integrity. S. Scholarship. E.
Thank you, Kamisha and Karina. Good morning. I am Joanna Serafin, the class of 2021 Vice President. It is my pleasure to introduce the platform guests for the 2021 commencement exercises. I'm going to ask each of our guests to stand as I introduce them. Graduates and guests, please extend a roaring Bengal welcome to Piper High School Principal, Miss Marie Hardigan. Valedictorian Cheyenne Clifton. Salutatorian Tadania Tate. Historian Monica Ryborg. Co-Director of Guidance, Mrs. Jillian Fackenthal. Co-Director of Guidance and 12th grade senior counselor, Mr. Dwight Francis. Assistant Principal responsible for the class of 2021, Miss Safia Scott. Assistant Principal, Mr. Robert Goodwin. Assistant Principal, Mr. Patrick Cothey. Bengal Academy of Excellence Director, Mr. Matthew Lewis. Among our platform guests are 3 Broward County Public School representatives who have joined the celebration for our Bengal scholars. Each of these guests has a special connection to Piper High School and its community. Piper appreciates the support of each of you and thanks you for your dedication to the school. First, we would like to recognize Mrs. Priscilla Ribeiro Basil, Director at the Office of School Performance and Accountability. Mrs. Ribeiro Basil is the Cadre Director for Piper High School. Our next guest, Dr. Valerie Wanza, is a native of Broward County and a proud graduate of Broward County's Miramar High School. Dr. Wanza currently serves as the Chief School Performance and Accountability Officer. Piper is Dr. Wanza's home school, and we are proud to have her as a community member. Our final honored guest is Dr. Rosalind Osgood. Dr. Osgood is a Broward County native and a graduate of Fort Lauderdale High School. Dr. Osgood is the school board chair and the District 5 representative. On behalf of the class of 2021, we would like to thank you for your hard work and diligence. Your presence here this morning highlights your commitment to Piper's motto: respect, integrity, scholarship, and excellence. With your ongoing support, Piper's future graduates will continue to rise. At this time, we will watch a congratulatory video from Superintendent Robert Runcie.
You are about to join a very special group. You are about to become a graduate of Broward County Public Schools. Your past school year has been historic. Your schools closed and opened, and you learned wherever Wi-Fi was the strongest. You spent days behind masks through the coronavirus pandemic. You lived through racial and political turmoil that has divided communities, through a severe economic downturn and job losses and an acrimonious presidential election. But the class of 2021 adapted and persevered through all of this and more. You worked hard. You continued to learn and achieve. You succeeded. You will write the next chapter in the history books. Given what I know about you, I believe the chapter will be full of stories of courage, grace, and hope that will fuel a stronger humanity. There's a story I want to share with you that I hope will help you put life's challenges in perspective and inspire you to make the most of the gift of life that you have been given. A teacher passed out a writing exercise to her students. It consisted of only a black dot in the center of a piece of white paper. She asked the students to write a few sentences to describe what they saw. Once everyone was finished, she collected the pages and started reading the writings to the class. They all wrote about the black dot, its size, and its position on the page. Some even got creative and described it as a portal to the universe. Regardless, all the comments were about the black dot. What was interesting is that no one wrote about the white part of the paper, that which is the foundation for the whole. Think about it. If there was not an entire field of white space, that black dot would never even be seen. What's the message here? You have so much to celebrate in life if you see the whole picture. The dark spots are very small when compared to everything we have in our lives, but they are the ones that occupy and pollute our mind. Don't focus on the dark spots, the disappointments, the anxious thoughts, the bad news, the sensational headlines, the social media feeds. Because when you do, you are taking your foundational good for granted. So much so that you forget to notice the greater blessings in your life. Take your eyes off the dot-sized frustrations and focus on the bigger and brighter part of your life. As you graduate, think about what is important to you, what you care about, what you want to prioritize, and where you may be able to make the greatest impact after high school. Find your own path to be successful. Our life is a gift. We will always have reasons to celebrate. Nature renewing itself daily on the planet we call home, the friends and family around us, music and art that we enjoy, rainbows and sunsets, our teachers, and your high school graduation. Enjoy each one of your blessings and each moment that life gives you. Congratulations to our amazing class of 2021 graduates. I am proud of you. You've overcome challenges and you've succeeded in becoming a graduate. I will always remember you. I love you and pray that your life's journey will lead you to true joy and happiness. Congratulations.
I have the honor of introducing School Board Chair and District 5 Representative Dr. Rosalind Osgood. Dr. Osgood is a Broward County native and graduate of Fort Lauderdale High School. She has earned both a master's and doctoral degree in public administration from Nova Southeastern University. In 2001, Dr. Osgood was licensed as the first female preacher in the history of the New Mount Olive Baptist Church, and in December of 2007, she earned the Master of Divinity degree from New Orleans Southern Baptist Theological Seminary. She is a former adjunct professor at Nova Southeastern University and is the author of a book titled The Story Behind the Story. Dr. Osgood has received numerous awards, including the 2009 J.M. Family's African American Achievers Award for Community Service. Please welcome District 5 School Board member, Dr. Rosalind Osgood.
Thank you so much for that kind introduction. Today is a good day as we celebrate the graduating class of 2021. Congratulations to all the Piper High School Bengals. We are so excited today that you have reached this milestone in your life in the midst of this pandemic. We know that the last couple of school years has been very, very difficult, but you have persevered. If I wanted to give you something today that I felt would help you as you travel along the way, it would be these two simple points. As you move away from today and you begin to matriculate through life on other levels, I want you to remember two things. First, remember that you are building your narrative power. Every day you are writing your stories. You're writing the days of your life. You're writing your sentences, your paragraphs, your books. And you are in control of that narrative. The way that you live every day will make a mark on this world in a positive way. You get to decide the norms, the values that you live. You don't have to take your life's perspective from anybody else. You can define it yourself and live every day, but live on the edge. Dare to do what nobody's ever done before. And as you're building your narrative power, it will be strengthened even more if you're intentional about building relationship power. Life is about getting along with others. It's about being able to interact with others. And sometimes it takes a lot of work for us to do that. But as we build relationships one after the other, we find ourselves with this group of success entourage, people that we come in contact with, people that we may not see every day, but if we need a favor, they're there. And finally, love on purpose. Start with loving God. Loving God gives you a refuge. Loving God gives you peace in the midst of the storm. Loving God gives you a way through every valley that you will face. And yes, you will face valleys. In this life, there will be low times, there will be dark times, there will be times of disappointment. But it's in those times of adversity that new ideas come forth, that inventions come forth. A lot of times is when we're at our weakest, we're able to produce our best. So love God, and then love yourself. Love who you are and what you've been created to be. You don't have to be like anybody else. All you have to do is be the best you that you can be. And then finally, love others. We live in a world that can be cruel sometimes, but if we make an effort to show compassion and to love each other, to care about each other, to give back to our community, give grace and show love to those that are less fortunate, those are the things that will really make your mark on society. There is a quote that says, people won't remember what you said, but they will always remember how you made them feel. So build your power and make the world a better place. God bless you, and God bless America.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mordecai Sinaitis, and I am the student leader liaison. And now it is my utmost honor to have the opportunity to present this next speaker. She is someone who is true, loving, and the definition of resilient. I don't believe that anyone could represent Piper and all that it stands for just like her. With warm hugs and in-depth conversations, Ms. Hodigan has been more than just a principal to me. Every chance she gets, and trust me, it's scarce to get her with a lot of time on her hands, but she has made it her time and her effort to welcome with me with everything that she has. This is why with every chance that I have, To stress my hand and heart to her, I do without hesitation. Ms. Hodigan initially graduated with a degree in journalism and worked as a copywriter in advertising for 15 years. While working her full-time job, she received her master's in business economics at the University of Chicago. Yes, she commits to whatever goal she is striving to achieve. I also insist on letting you in on the most amazing thing anyone can do. After giving birth to 2 beautiful boys, she decided that education was her heart's desire. Ms. Hodigan pursued her degree in educational leadership at Florida Atlantic University. Starting off her school career as a teacher, she then became the Cambridge Magnet Coordinator at Fort Lauderdale High. Then she arrived at home of the Bengals as the assistant principal, and now as our very own principal. If I could open up my chest and show you the passion I have for this amazing person, it would be a messy situation because everyone would be in tears. Class of 2021, although it's our graduation, this is not the last of Ms. Hodigan you'll have. We'll always remember her saying, "Good morning, Bengal scholars and Bengal staff. Ms. Hodigan, the floor is yours."
You are so beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to start by saying that for some of you, this will be the 223rd time you have heard this. And for most of you, this will likely be the last time you'll hear it, which is very bittersweet. So you ready? Here it goes. Good morning, Bengal Scholar graduates, Bengal faculty, staff, family members, friends, and honored guests. It is with great pleasure that I stand here to congratulate and honor the remarkable, persevering class of 2021. Thank you, Mordecai. Your words were so beautiful. Hearing those words from a student like you makes being a principal the most wonderful job in the world. Thank you to our amazing color guard under the direction of Master Sergeant Sham and Lieutenant Colonel Gamage. They epitomize our RISE philosophy, and their commitment to excellence is obvious in everything they do. And Kamisha Moisten, she is the 2021 Broward County Distinguished Cadet. Thousands of cadets competed, and Kamisha finished in the top 3. So I ask, who does that? I'll tell you who does that. A Bengal does that. Karina Edwards, you sang the national anthem like you were at the Super Bowl. When I first heard you sing your sophomore year, I couldn't believe your incredible talent. You have the voice of an angel. And now you've gotten even better. So this is just the beginning of a wonderful graduation celebration. This morning we'll be hearing from other outstanding Bengal graduates. They will impress us and amaze us and remind us of why this Bengal community is second to none. This year, the achievements of the class of 2021 are quite impressive. This class has earned millions in scholarships to universities across the country, in addition to a multitude of full academic scholarships There are those among you who have earned football scholarships, baseball scholarships, and scholarships in track and field and soccer, as well as those of you who have earned full music scholarships as a result of your artistry. And while I can sing the praises of so many of you and talk about your incredible talents and achievements all day long, this class, the class of 2021, has been charged with new responsibilities and has achieved new accomplishments that can only be earned by a class that has confronted a worldwide tragedy and a worldwide shutdown. Bengal graduates, you are my class of pandemic prisoners. The world shut down, yet you were forced to keep going. The situation at times seemed hopeless, but you were forced to find hope. And despite the repeated obstacles, this class persevered. How many of you just cannot think of spending another day, one more day, all day on your laptops, and then all night on your laptops? How do you really connect and love and bond with a teacher who is this big on a screen? And how does that teacher connect and love and bond with you when you're a little icon that's even smaller than that? But those teachers did connect with you, and you did with them. And that's why you're here today. How many of you really had no quiet place to work while you were in class this year? How many of you had nights so lonely, stuck in a room away from your friends, your teachers, the people who are important to you, everybody who makes up your social group and makes life fun and exciting? Many of you had to bear this pandemic quite alone, and you did it, and you're here today. How many of you spent your day chasing little brothers, sisters, and cousins around because you had to take care of them while they were remote learning and you were remote learning, and mom and dad or aunts and uncles or sisters and brothers had to go to work? I can see you. You've got your laptop, and you're balancing it while you're making lunch, and you're scolding little ones because they're not paying attention. Now you get it, not paying attention. All the while you're trying to understand advanced math, complete your Canvas module, and figure out some complicated Nearpod lesson. You did that, and that's why you're seated here today. You are not Bengal graduates, you are Bengal heroes. I have had so many conversations this year about Bengal scholars who are working 2 and 3 jobs to help their families make it through this horrific pandemic. Yet despite working 30, 40, 50 hours a week or more, you are still seated here today, and you are Bengal graduates. You did that, and you are Bengal heroes. And there are graduates among us who over the past year have experienced COVID-19 at its ugliest. These Bengals did not have to turn on CNN to hear about the tragedy of COVID-19. They saw it firsthand in their homes. I am so sorry you had to experience that. I am so very sorry. But you are still here today as Bengal graduates, and believe me, you are the true Bengal heroes. It's difficult to put into words how proud I am of you. You have been forced to deal with obstacles that classes before you never confronted, and yet you persevered. Your accomplishments are greater than anything I could boast about anywhere. They overpower scholarship dollars, and they overpower academic prowess. Your achievements this year are the foundation of humanity. You did have some help, though, especially this year, but throughout all 4 years, there have been teachers and staff members that have been there for you. So maybe just work with me here. So maybe sometimes you were a little late in turning in some work. Maybe just a little late. But they listened to you, and you're here today. Maybe you had internet problems this year. Where is the internet when we need it? Too often it's down. So you couldn't turn something in, or you didn't know what you're supposed to do, or you missed the entire class, but they listened to your story, and you're here today. Or maybe it was a really bad day and you were really sad or angry or scared, and one of them listened to your story, and now you're here today. Not all of those teachers and staff members are here at graduation with us because school is actually in session for the 9th, 10th, and 11th graders. Class of 2021, I want you right now to give a big round of applause for the teachers, the guidance counselors, the staff members, coaches, club sponsors, and administrators who were there when you needed them and helped get you here today. Don't worry, I don't care if it rains. It's not raining on our parade. And while we are thanking people, there are people in this audience. For most of you, it's mom and dad, but not for all of you. And these individuals are here today to recognize you and celebrate you. Others are watching the live stream, and whoever and wherever they are, they have some things in common. They love you, they are proud of you, and they have supported you throughout your journey and throughout this pandemic. Graduates, please give another round of applause for your parents, guardians, family members, and friends in this audience, and for those who are watching from a distance and have been at your side throughout your journey. You are wonderful, everyone who's for our graduates. Okay, so I was at my own son's college graduation 2 weeks ago, and I was so happy for him. And he was excited, and now he's so ready for the next stage of his life. And we were at Nationals Park, just like this, and we're at Nationals Park in Washington, D.C. for his commencement ceremony. And it suddenly hit me. It hit me like this rain. He was moving on and moving to New York and starting his adult life. And it was so beautiful, and it was so sad at the same time. And now, beautiful class of 2021, we're at your commencement ceremony, and you are moving on. And I'm sure your parents and family and friends will agree with me that it is so beautiful and it is so sad at the same time. Bengal scholars, you have heard me say good morning 223 times over the past year. And now I have to say goodbye. And like Mordecai said, it's like opening my chest and exposing my heart. Bengal graduates, think about what you have survived. Think about what you have accomplished. I have said it before and I will say it again. Nothing can stop a Bengal, not even a worldwide pandemic. Go out into the world and do great things. Go out into the world and be leaders and scholars and professionals and artists and anything you want to be. Use our Bengal philosophy, respect, integrity, scholarship, and excellence, and make the world a better place. And always remember how proud I am of you. And always remember that today and every day and forever, absolutely, I love you dearly. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Assistant Principal Patrick Cothey. If I had to describe the class of 2021 using one word, that word would be tenacious. This class as a whole has achieved great accomplishments despite the obstacles, like the rain, that life has placed in front of them. But there are two members in particular whose achievements are reserved for today's occasion. Being honored as the valedictorian and salutatorian is among the highest honors one can achieve. I would like to share with you the history and significance of the valedictorian and salutatorian. The history of the valedictorian address dates back to the early 1700s. The valedictorian is an academic title that is conferred upon the student with the highest ranked grade point average among those in a graduating class. The valedictory address is generally considered a final farewell to classmates before they part ways as a collective group to pursue their individual goals. The salutatorian is defined as the student who has the second highest academic record in a graduating class. This person delivers the salutatory or the opening address at commencement exercises. The class of 2021 salutatorian will be introduced by faculty member Mr. Stephen Valenti, and our valedictorian will be introduced by faculty member Mrs. Brenda Sterling Andrus. This morning, we will also hear from the historian of the class of 2021, Monica Ryberg, whom I have the pleasure of introducing. Monica has the third highest academic record in this graduating class with a GPA of 5.1892. Yeah. She is a Questbridge finalist and will attend Florida State University in the fall. But it gets better. Monica was recognized this year as Piper High School's best in class for her stellar attendance K through 12. Listen to this. She did not miss a single day of school in those 13 years. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our historian and perfect attendance Bengal, Monica Ryberg.
Hello, class of 2021, staff, friends, and family. We've been through a great deal of hardships this year, and I want to say I'm extremely proud of all of us for making it. I can vividly remember being so scared to leave my dad's car when we drove up to the school on my first day. I was literally on the verge of tears. My dad pushed me out of the car and told me good luck, and that was the start of my high school experience. Freshman year was incredibly intimidating. I felt like a tiny fish floating in a sea of sharks, but I soon learned all the fun and eventful ways of high school. Sophomore year came, and I was drowned in advanced placement classes, with lots of late nights and early mornings dedicated to my schoolwork. Junior year had those same AP classes, but they were even more rigorous than before. I always heard junior year was the worst, and yeah, it was. The ending of junior year was cut short by what we thought would be an extended spring break. Boy, were we wrong about that. I was so excited for senior year, but it was ultimately shot down by this pandemic. The uncertainty I felt during my senior year, the year I presumed would be my best year of high school, was disheartening. Being stuck at home and doing classes online was not the best, to say the least. Online classes didn't give me the same fulfilling experience that I had in an actual classroom. I missed being in person and spending time in person with friends and all of the crazy and familiar experiences that came with being in high school. The pandemic wasn't all bad. Going to school in my pajamas and spending my days relaxing and binge watching copious amounts of TV was a great experience that honestly I wish could last forever. I found more time to journal, spent time with my family, and connected more with friends who kept me level-headed most of the time. This pandemic gave me time to reset and take in everything that I was grateful for. It gave me more to look forward to when things became normal. Yeah, the circumstances could have been different, but it's important to recognize that we have made it through an incredibly difficult year, and that's an accomplishment in itself. A year from now, we'll probably be flourishing and recognizing all of the things we had taken for granted previously. We'll all be more loving, smarter, more caring. We should be thankful for everyone who's been by our sides through these tough times. I want to say thank you to my family, who are my biggest supporters. They were the ones heavily involved in everything school-related with me. They always encouraged me to do my best and always stuck by my side, no matter what. They kept me grounded when I felt like I was going insane. They are the reason I'm standing here today. I would also like to extend a shout out to my closest friends who were always there for me when I needed to vent. They constantly made me laugh and made my school days 10 times better. Ever since I turned 18, every adult in my life has said, "You're graduating, you're not a little girl anymore." It's a somber but significant realization. I spent a long time thinking I'm supposed to have my life ready by the time I finish high school, but that's simply not possible. We have made it all the way through high school. Some of us know exactly what it is we're going to do next, and some, like me, don't have the slightest clue on what's coming up next. And that's okay. You don't have to have everything figured out right now. You're a human being who is experiencing and learning all of the roads of this thing called life. Just make the most of it. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am here to introduce our salutatorian, Tadania Tate, who I have had in class the last 2 years. A very interesting 2 years because I got to see her last year in the normal classroom setting that we all took for granted, and this year in the virtual setting that proved to be so challenging. Tadania is the kind of student every teacher wants in their classroom. Of course, it's always great to have a student who's engaged, respectful, and motivated, but Tadania always made me feel appreciated, made me feel like what I was teaching her was worth it, and I know I'm not the only teacher who feels that way. Of course, this year things were a little different, but as easy as it is to disappear behind a Microsoft Teams icon, Tadania never did. Even virtually, you knew she was engaged. And after school, She attended tutoring so often, you would think she was failing my class. Far from it, of course. But that's what you get with Tadania. She does everything with high expectations, full focus, and attention to detail. Nothing compromised. And as someone who teaches calculus, I can promise you I have not made it easy for Tadania the last couple of years. I suspect she'll have something to say about that in a moment, but she gets the last word now, and believe me, she deserves it. In one light, I'm very sad I didn't get to see Tadania in my class this year, because I know we would have had a lot of fun, and she would have excelled just the same. But in another, I'm thankful, because I got the ultimate confirmation of what I already knew. Tadania conquers everything she encounters, no matter what. Here's something I've learned teaching over the years. If you challenge your students beyond what you think they're capable of, more often than not, they surprise you. More often than not, they find a way to exceed expectations in ways you didn't think were possible. I've never had a student who embodies that like Tadania does. So while this year was a tremendous challenge, it was also an opportunity to prove to each other and to ourselves all we are capable of when faced with unprecedented adversity, be that a global pandemic or rain at an outdoor graduation. So please join me in congratulating a student who, in the face of adversity, not only survived but thrived. A student who embraced all the challenges she could handle and then some, and is on this stage to tell you about it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Piper High School Class of 2021 salutatorian and future Florida Gator, Miss Tadania Tate.
Good morning, valued members of the Bengal Nation. From the almost past students to our amazing parents, strong teachers, passionate administrators, and the board friends who are here watching today, because honestly, what else is there to do during this pandemic? Firstly, I'd like to thank God for this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and humbly extend congratulations to my fellow God individuals here today. We did it, guys. Every class for the past 3 years has said that they were the best class. But we, as a class of 2021, continue to overcome every challenge that we encountered through our journey. Some of those challenges included distance learning for 14 months and missing out on a majority of the senior activities like prank day, powwows, skip day, senior barbecue, and the highly anticipated Grad Bash. Although we were not able to enjoy the typical senior activity, this unique year made us the most connected class of seniors, as almost everybody can admit to scrolling through TikTok or Instagram for all of study hall every study. Technically, our school day ended at 2:40, but the horror of due at 11:59 will likely reign in our minds for many, many years to come. Of course, we all started the assignments around 11:34, certainly not by choice, but as victims of the most overpowering diagnosis of senioritis ever. But that stress might have honestly made us some of the best typists in the world. Although 2020 and thus far 2021 had 4 times more challenges than possibly the previous 17 or 18 years of our lives, we should not forget the holistic impact that our great institution of Piper High School had during our reign here. This experience was surely memorable for us all, even if your start was not in 2017 like me. Some of the highlights definitely include the Spirit Weeks that showed off our fun size, and the sports games, especially football, basketball, and soccer, that bonded us as a team of Bengal players, all fighting for bragging rights over our rivals. Whether it be Dillard or Boyd Anderson, we just always had to be better. We made good memories with amazing friends or associates, whichever works for you. Along the way, there were laughs, cries,
feelings of darkness, experiences of loss, solidated friendships, and definitely not enough singers as we expected from all those high school musicals. Yet most importantly, the most important was our journey of self-discovery. We have all gained a stronger understanding of who we are as individuals and our goals for the future. Personally, my life has completely evolved since I first migrated from Jamaica 4 years ago. I've built relationships here that I hope will last for a lifetime. I'd like to thank a few special people, like Mr. Valente for my first F, Dr. West, Mrs. Rowe, Mrs. Fackenthal, Ms. LaBelle, Ms. Hardigan, Mr. Francis, Mrs. Sterling, Ms. Shelley, Mrs. Stephen, Mrs. Maynard, Dr. Rivas, and of course, the Honorable Valedictorian of today, Cheyenne Clifton. Shy, as I affectionately call her a lot, has motivated me to discover the strength, knowledge, and curiosity that unknowingly existed in me. She was the main person who get my text that I want to drop out every month, and she always knew how to respond to every single one, especially about the AP capstone research paper when I was feeling overwhelmed. We had the same schedule, so she completely understood the struggle. In addition to the support from Cheyenne, I'm also thankful to my family, especially my parents, not to mention my large extended family gained at Piper. I would not be able to stand here today without all of you. My journey was definitely not the same as anyone else's, but the pride, gratitude, and humility should still be shared among all of us in this moment. Dear class of 2021, we last walked the Piper halls as juniors, and today we log off from this stage as proud alumni. I wish you all the very best of luck on whatever path awaits in the rest of your journey. I am sure that you will continue to rise no matter where you are within the next year, decade, and even 50 years from now, because you, my fellow graduate, are a force to be reckoned with. I just hope those outside the walls of Piper are ready to face your life.
Good morning, class of 2021, esteemed colleagues, administration, and Bengal families. It is my absolute honor to introduce to you all one of my very favorite people. I remember when she was a wee 9th grader, wide-eyed with a backpack almost as big as her, like it was just last week, and I find myself wondering where the 4 years have gone. She hates to be unprepared, so she brought every single textbook with her on her first day of high school and threw in a few good novels, for good measure. That story nicely encapsulates a key principle about Cheyenne. If you prepare for anything, you will be prepared for everything. It is that mantra that has been one of 2 ingredients that has led her here today. The words that come to mind when describing this young lady are dedicated, persistent, kind, and of course, she is the bibliophile in chief of the senior class. Cheyenne's love of literature is unparalleled. Her favorite novel is I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. Just as Maya Angelou loved literature and language and found comfort in the words of the great writers who came before her, Cheyenne finds inspiration and hope in the words of the novels she consumes. I have had the privilege to grow incredibly close to this student over the past 4 years. What I know of her personal obstacles makes her accomplishment here today even more remarkable. She is one of the strongest, most resilient people I have ever met. In the direst of times, she has always been able to look for the light. In one of her college essays, she wrote that she hopes to be great one day. I had to correct her. She already is great. Great is not a destination, but a state of being. Her determination in the pursuit of excellence, paired with her brilliant mind, is the second component which has brought her here today. During her tenure at Piper High, she has taken 9 AP classes and 8 Cambridge courses. She has an impressive 5.2391 GPA. She sits here today slated to obtain 3 diplomas: her high school diploma, her AP capstone diploma, and her Cambridge diploma. She is one of only 2 students in the class of 2021 to attempt such a feat. This young lady will be attending the prestigious Northwestern University in the fall on a full academic scholarship. She plans to study social policy, which will lead to a career path that enables her to help others and come up with solutions to repair the most grim and pressing issues in our society today. It makes perfect sense for Cheyenne to choose a path which enables her to aid those who are marginalized and less fortunate. Young people like her are our society's best hope in achieving a more just, kind, and fair world. You will always be one of my very favorite people in the world. Congratulations on this achievement. I am so very proud of you. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome your valedictorian, Miss Cheyenne Clifton.
Parents and guardians, from the time you have reared them to now, you have seen your children develop from mischievous troublemakers and shy bookworms to accomplished athletes and deep intellectual thinkers. Teachers and staff, over the course of 4 years, you have witnessed the once timid freshmen blossom into mature academic scholars who lead the school with wisdom, dignity, and grace. Class of 2021, my peers, today by walking across the stage and receiving our diplomas, we have crossed into the beginning of the rest of our lives, a moment 18 years in the making. The journey, of course, was not easy. It took staying late after school to practice with our teammates for hours on end, only for us to go home and stay up late finishing homework. It took working almost every day of the week and taking care of our younger siblings, so we had to study at the crack of dawn to prepare for our exams. It took being academically challenged to such great heights that we broke down in tears from the stress. The journey was hard and long and strenuous, but in spite of it all, we reached the finish line. And it is all thanks to everyone here. The classmates who tapped our shoulders when we dozed off while reading Of Mice and Men in class. The teachers who stayed after school and worked with us one-on-one at Best Tutoring. The counselors like Mrs. Roll, Mrs. Fackenthal, Mr. Francis, who were ready with open arms to give us hugs and tissues when we showed up in guidance, ready to give up and quit school. The staff like Mr. Cothy, Dr. Shook, and Miss Scott, who told us when we needed to get our acts together to pass our exams to be on track for graduation. The moms and dads and brothers and sisters who loved us unconditionally and showed up for every sporting event and award ceremony. I know I could not have made it without my mom. And the friends who understood the struggle and were willing to walk with us through the fire until the end. When I first visited Piper as an 8th grader, I did not truly understand how wonderful Piper is. And I'm not talking about Piper itself, because Lord knows, between the temperamental fire alarms randomly going off in the middle of the school day and the ducks and iguanas who have become permanent residents, Piper could use some work. Rather, I am referring to the teachers, the heart and soul of Piper. There is no other school in Broward County where you could get such a quality education. Sorry, not sorry to my sister who goes to Coral Springs High School. Because it is truly impossible to find more kind and dedicated educators who, beyond being highly qualified and actually smart, are just good teachers. Take Mr. Valenti. Anyone who has taken a calculus class with him might argue that taking that class single-handedly ruined your life. However, miraculously, you made it to the end of the year. This feat is in no small part due to all of Mr. Valenti's terribly awful puns and corny jokes, both of which make taking calculus worthwhile, even if you cried the whole time because of this really bad habit Mr. Valenti had where he kept putting F's into Pinnacle for some reason. Speaking of teachers who gave me headaches, I thought Miss Pinzon made me write a lot until I was forced to regularly write DBQs, SAQs, LEQs, paper 1s, and paper 2s for Dr. West. However, in spite of all the essays, I can honestly say that from watching documentaries on ancient empires to engaging in discussions over the failure of appeasement policy and American isolationism, my experiences with all my social studies teachers has deepened my passion for history, geography, and culture. Some more honorable mentions include Mr. Pinckney, who taught us the value of professionalism and ensured we were always dressed for success, Mrs. Echevarria, who showed us compassion and tolerance, Mr. Vergara, who made us read about Kafka's The Metamorphosis and made us better writers, Mrs. Maynard, who showed us magic tricks to get us through Algebra 2, Dr. Rivas, who reminded us that our phones are always listening, Miss Vincent, who inspired us to reach our artistic potentials, Miss Shelley, who made certain that we were well informed on current events, and finally, last but never least, Mrs. Sterling. Her classroom, despite emulating temperatures found in the Arctic, was always filled with warmth. She introduced us to weird stories about selfish fathers and extravagant parties. She taught us how to comment on the author's style, and most importantly, she helped us to push forward, even when we did not want to. Her belief in me encouraged me to reach my academic potential and to continue working hard from freshman year to now, so that I may stand before you all today. I wish I could mention all the other teachers at Piper, but unfortunately, I cannot pronounce all of their names. Our teachers at Piper were our greatest advocates and loudest cheerleaders. Without them, we would not have made it this far, dressed in our caps and gowns, ready to step out of our childhood and into adulthood. So today, class of 2021, as you celebrate your success, remember to thank the people in your life. As you get ready for the next phase of your life, whether it's enrolling in college, enlisting in the military, going to trade school, taking a gap year, or entering the workforce, remember them. Because without them, many of us would not have the strength to be here today. As you embark on this new chapter, I hope you remember something that has really resonated with me over the last year. Do not pass up an opportunity because you think you are not good enough for it. Because standing here today proves that you are worthy of every door that opens for you.
Thank you, Cheyenne, Tadania, and Monica. You three exemplifies everything that Piper represents. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Assistant Principal Safia Scott, and it's my pleasure to serve as the Senior Administrator for the class of 2021. Today, the faculty and staff of Piper High School are outfitted in their academic regalia. This academic dress is derived from European tradition and was formally established in the United States in 1895. The faculty and staff are wearing black robes. The faculty and staff also wear a hood that varies in length dependent upon their degree. Additionally, the colors of the hoods indicate the colors of the university from which their highest degree was earned. After having many conversations on the things that the class of 2021 has missed out on, I would like to take some time to bring to the forefront all that they have accomplished despite the challenges of this school year. Take a look at our students today. They also have some special items that compromise their academic regalia. All students are wearing a medallion that establishes their membership into the graduating class of 2021. This year, for the very first time, Piper High School is graduating 26 Cambridge diploma candidates. These students are wearing orange and brown cords representing the completion of the requirements for our Cambridge ACE program. Will this inaugural cohort of the Cambridge students please stand and be recognized? Some of them are making their exit to join us for their walk across the stage. 12 students in the National Honor Society are wearing blue stoles to represent their membership. Would the National Honor Society members please stand to be recognized? Three of our graduating seniors are proud members of Mu Alpha Theta, a National Mathematics Honor Society. I would like to ask these students to stand or wave at this time. This year, we have 238 students who have successfully completed their industry certification in the areas of Adobe, QuickBooks, ServSave, emergency medical responders, and engineering. These students are wearing cords representing their nationally recognized certifications. Will our industry certified students please stand or wave to be recognized? The Gold Honor Cord is awarded to students who have earned an overall weighted GPA above 3.75 or higher. We have 98 students who have received the Gold Honor Cord. If you received the Gold Honor Cord, please stand and be recognized. The Silver Cord is awarded to students who have performed over 250 hours of community service. This year, 56 students earned the Silver Cord. If you have earned the Silver Cord, please stand or wave at this time so that you may be recognized. 19 of our students received the Seal of Biliteracy Medal, representing their literacy in multiple languages. They have completed 4 years of study of the same foreign language. Would those students who have received this medal please stand or wave to be recognized? In addition, we have 11 brave and honorable young men and women who will join the armed forces. They are wearing blue cords representing their choice to defend our freedom as members of the United States military. Will these courageous young men and women please stand or wave to be recognized? Thank you for protecting us and ensuring we continue to live free and prosper. God bless you and bring you home safely. Finally, we would like to recognize all the students who comprise the academic top 10% of the class of 2021. They are currently making their way to be recognized as they cross the stage and earn their diploma. Congratulations to all of you for your academic distinction. Continue to strive for excellence.
Dr. Osgood, I present the Piper High School class of 2021 and certify as principal of Piper High School that the persons whose names will be announced have successfully completed the course of study prescribed by Broward County Schools and the state of Florida. Dr. Osgood, I present to you for participation in these graduation exercises the class of 2021. At this time, do you have any additional comments that you would like to make to the graduating class?
Thank you, Ms. Hodigan. With the authority given to me by the state of Florida, it is with delight that I confirm that the students presented today have met the requirements for graduation by the state of Florida and the Broward County School Board. Congratulations.
Parents and guests, before we begin the procession of diplomas, I would like to make you aware that I will stop the graduates as they cross the stage to have their picture taken with their diploma. I ask that you remain in your seats until the end of the ceremony. Please ensure that the recognition of your graduate by your family and friends does not diminish the moment for the graduate who follows. Thank you for your cooperation. Tonight's roll call will be completed by faculty members Ms. Jillian Fackenthal, Dr. Jacqueline Shook, and Mr. Gadiel Williams.
Cheyenne Clifton. Tadania Tate. Monica Ryborg. Kayla Hall. Shelmy Coleman. Stephanie Mama Onville. Kobe Oliver. Gianna Raphael. Fatima Zia. Inas Abu Ahmad. Katiana Bellany. Isabel Cadet. Angenique Martin. Alisa Destin. Amaya Morales. Cassandra Alfonso. Brandon Nandlo. Brandon Ramos. Alyssa June. Michael Aquino. Karen Heights. Janelle Brown. Joanna Seraphin. Cameron Gyram. Mila Mashak. Mariah Xavier. Michaelia Bent. Talia Dorset. Carrie Ann Clark. Samara Sims. Rudy Perdomo. Divine Daly. Jalissa Royster. Amir El-Kargi. Karina Edwards. Alicia Jackson. Rachel Miller. Moses Frazier. Jaden Cochran, Yelena Garcia, Stephen Edmond, Johann Joseph, Cherish Stafford, Anthony Cologne, Janae Oliver, Trisana Elliott, Cassidy Engel, Andrea Colina, Noel Sosa Farrow, Clarence Thompson, Christopher Arndt, Jakari Anderson, Sinara Alexander, Kumari Alexis, Sadira Austin, Dorian Allen, Devin Adams, Cameron Anderson, Elijah August, Kadion Anderson, Eric Andrews, Andrea Aguilar, Jaden Amy, Brianna Avrilian, Shelby Antoine, Rami Atia, Kiana Bailey, Geronimo Basak, Brianna Bent, Jessica Barker, Renee Bailey, Elizabeth Badon, Trevon Benjamin, Janika Beckham, Alexander Black, Mikai Brown, Craig Branford, Germani Baker, Alana Burns, Joy Butler, Noor Berry, Kimani Blackwood, Louis Bonilla, Richard Branch, Michael Borgea, Aaliyah Boston, Bria Bynes Baker, Maraz Bellany, Matthew Buck, Allison Buchanan, Bazita Cadet, Kevin Candelario, Kiana Bygrave, Jaden Voodoo, Naya Buckley, Jaden Brown, Matthew Baldwin, Junior Bienemy, Anastasia Barnes, Jaina Baldwin, Chantel Andrews, Christian Bazeda, J. Roll Arias, Anthony Balestra, Shamari Britt, Taisha Campbell, Cedric Capers, Ezrali Kassid, Lindsay Castelli, Brian Saletti, Haniel Serom, Janine Chung, Mickerson Cadet, Kiana Constantine, Vincent Soprano, Joshua Charles, Kalisha Beswick, Jordan Brown, Lubens Charleston, Keyshawn Carter. Lynette Brown. Ryan Charles. Kayla Shazo. Rushmad Sina. Tatiana Cherlis. Alyssa Seuss. Natalie Sharman. Carlos Seville. Lauren Cartia. Albert Civil Jr. Omar Clare. Phelan Clark. Jamil Chung. Alexander Cabrera. Rivaldo Clark. Donnell Collins. Madison Cooper. Leah Corrales Alfaro. Pedro Cornelio. Jacob Corley. Alexander Correa. Gabriel Costa. Sean Cruz. Jade Cummins. Nakisha Clark. Diamond DeLions. Muhammad Dagra. Bithia Daniel. Christian Diaz. Thomas Davila. Jason Brevelis. Giovanni Daniel. Layla Davis Richardson. Anthony Delone. Giovanni DeMata. Stephen DePaz. Ezekiel DeRossier. Brandon Dennis. Ricara Dixon. Mark Ives Duquesne. Noah Dushman. Jonte Derlou. Abigail Diaz. Ainsley Dyer. Leotis Dorset. Darius Devereaux. Nickinson Demetrius. Sean Edward. Micaiah Edwards. Kaylee Elrod. Talia Escarment. Brianna Etienne. Marquise Elise. Eldina Etienne. Famika Eugene. Christina Escofrey Hoylett. Shanice Edwards. Daniel Edwards. Jamal Fail. Junior Fevrier. Dylan Florencio. Jermia Evans. Clarence Ford. Sebastian Furman. Enrique Fowler. Alex Fenderson. Jada Ferguson. Elandrew Francis. Justin Francis. Torian Francis. Chris Alyssa Forbes.
Joy Grosset. Shanoris Fabian. Ralph Francois. Brian Fuentes. Divine Fuller. Deidre Frabe. Corey Fuller. Maria Gonzalez. Daniela Garcia. Christian Garcia. Salvador Guerra. Xavier Gage. Paula Francis. Edward Gellin. Jamal Gosheim. Carmen Gibson. Jahari Gilzine. Ezekiel Gonzalez. Supreme Gonzalez. Nicholas Gracia. Aaliyah Good. Treasure Graves. Savannah Grant. Danielle Gardner. Jakia Green. Carnell Gonzalez. Vincent Greer. Ayana Griffin. Isaac Green. Jaylene Ganesh. Anaya Houston. Clarence Hall. LeVar Hansborough. Devasia Heller. Takoria Harris. Andrew Harry. Nazee Hamzi. Amanda Hayes. Brianna Harewood. Alexis Hampton. Naya Hernandez. Tony Hilaire. Zaire Henry. Rodnisha Hendrickson. Onari Henry. Joshua Hines. Shanice Howard. Tariq Hanks. Amaya Harris. Michaela Houghton. Jade Marie Hilton. Daniel Harvey. Devon Finn. Joy Ingreo. Kirsten Jones. Dominique Hudson. Jada Johnson. Denisha Johnson. Aaliyah Jacobs. William Joseph. Jackson Ahmad Jackson. Odelia Jarrett. Falone Jean. Layla Jean. David Jean Baptiste. Malik Jantenord. Paul Kihihe. Katia Joseph. Chelsea James. Jaden Jackson. Dylan Jenkins. Jake Giuliano, James Jimenez, Brunley Jacint, Whitlange Joseph, Liberth Johnson, Samir Jawed, Marley Genti, Tropson Louis, Moise Khan, Jacob Gaston, Caleb Lee, Asia King, Ali King, Kaylee Levine, Orion Jones, Tamela Lewis, Jamal Knowles, Davidson Louis, Wendolph Jean, Janaya Bragg, Jordan Parsons, Jonisa Legendre, Dana Lee, Demetrius Liptrot, Soribel Liriano, Tyler Letts, Julian Lopez, Eden Lauriston, Eric Lauriston, Lashiria Mills, Jayla Lewis, Beria Lewis, Sean McGonigal, Javed Mola, Jamaria Mosley, Damian McCord, Jeremiah Muniz, Michael Moreta, Keyshawn Miller, Kristen Mott, Renaissance Marillion, Tatiana Martin, Savannah Mullings, Jocelyn Montoya, Aiden Lopez, Sean Matumbo, Michael Mianowski, Sharnesia Mobley, Deja Mendez, Julius Monroe, Roche Myers, Dominique Martin, Jordan Morris, Starlet Munoz, Anand Lakram, Perrin Moore, Felix Morales, Shannon McKinney, Makai Miller, Giovanni Maloney, Kanika McCrae, Heaven McQueen, Kayla Martinez, Kaylin Mitchell, Sebastian Mondesir, Kamisha Moiston, Marielle Marcel, Shania Marat, Kyla McClover, Nashanti Nettles, Shakina Nottage, Kayla Nichols, Ronaldinho Nelson, David Nunez, Olivia Norman, Naomi Nera Castillo, Christina Moyes, Ariane McDonough, Shanoy Ogaro, Keandra Potlak, Jada Pusey, Jada Pitter, Jose Palacio Vallejo, Tanisha Fainor, Justin Pierre, Gina Paglianite, Luz Paul. Jonathan Perez. Ayana Peronel. Xavier Morgan. Trey Perry. Sean Petruccelli. Anissa Pierre-Louis. Devero Pitts. James Plummer. Desiree Potter. Shania Powell. Nia Puranda. Chelsea Prosper. Tajere Parchment. Helen Pinzon. Nika Olteen. Kelsey Rambaran. Gabriela Ribeiro. Leishka Rivera. Tiana Raymond. Tia Roberts. Devontae Randolph. Christopher Rollins. Nicholas Romand. Clivens Rosiris. Tanaya Robinson. Sadaya Rowe. Darian Riches. Nasir Reed. Prince Pondexter. Michonne Fanord. Judah Rollins. Chloe Sears. DeAndre Seelov. Facunda Soba Falcon. Jenny Saka. Kaylee Salazar. Amir Salim. Trovan Stevenson. Deandra Service. Shanae Samuda. Sharona Shaw. Ada Sobrado Ferrer. Alicia Seymour. Nisha Seeperside. Robins St. Louis. Brandon St. Louis. Kevon Shackleford. Mordecai Sinatus. Matilda Smoro. Gianfranco Suazo. Elon Smith. Jamari Shell. Ashante Sterling. Kangina St. Gerard. Dominic Stevens. Sanjay Scott. Christopher Stallings. Giovanni Spence. Imani Solis. Kiana Slater. Kiana Smelly. Nigeria Smith. Tamia Smith. Estandu Santil. Brett Sweeney. Shania Theophile. Dontrell Thomas. Samaya Thomas. Alexis Thompson. Imani Tutson. Teriano Trigo. Markel Turner. Halima Thompson. Irvins Telfort. Malachi Smith. David Ugald, Jaden Vargas, Sofia Velado, Ashanti Vidal, Tarike Viksamar, Malik Vassal, Ajani Vernet, Cheyenne Whittingham, Jordan Williams, Hunesia Williams, Arthur Williams, Edward Wilcher, Alicia Williams, Destiny Walker, Ashanti Walker, Dorniqua Wilkin, Caitlin Walker, Kayla Willis, Isaiah Wilson, Deandra Watson, Akili Williams, Iana Wellington, Morgan White, Ashanti Whitehead, Jemiah Witchard, Cedrica Wilson, Bianca Ute, Eldon Young, Yorhan Zambrano, Hongyu Zhuang, Isaac Tamain, Hussein Yunus, congratulations to all our seniors. And now,
Hello, everyone. My name is Ali King.
And my name is Asia King.
And we will be singing This Is Me from The Greatest Showman. I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, gonna send a flag, gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is Bruce, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me, oh, 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 oh. Another round of bullets hits my skin. Well, fire away, 'cause today decades, reaching for the sun. We are warriors. Yeah, that's what we become. That's what we become. I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. For we're glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down. Gonna send a flood, gonna drown 'em out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me, oh, 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 oh. Thank you. And now I welcome to the stage Mrs. Danielle Gardner. Thank you, Asia and Allie King. Good morning. My name is Danielle Gardner, and I am the outgoing Student Government Association president. On our heads, each graduate is wearing the graduation cap, which is also known as the mortarboard. Attached to the mortarboard is a Piper tassel. Dating back to the 14th century, tassels were used to represent levels of learning, which was similar to the type of academic regalia used today. The graduation tassel attached to the mortarboard for a school or college represents a belonging to a particular class that has completed its goals. The turning of the tassel has become a more modern tradition used to signify a person's transition from graduate candidate to graduate. At the high school level, the tassel is worn on the right side of the cap at the start of the ceremony and is moved to the left once diplomas are received. At this time, I would like to ask the class of 2021 to please rise. It is my pleasure to ask you to move your tassel from the right to the left side of your cap. Please allow me to be the first to congratulate the newest alumni of Piper High School. Congratulations, Piper High School, class of 2021. At this time, please remain standing as we sing the alma mater as a graduating class. The words can be found in your program booklet and on the screens. We sing the praises, Piper High School, scene of cherished days. Our pride and spirit will be with us in our future ways. With loyal friends beside us, our strength and wisdom always high. Our hearts within you'll stand majestic. Hail to Piper High.
Next, I would like Alicia Jackson to come to the podium.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Alicia Jackson. I've had the honor of being your class president for the last 3 years. Today is a day we have been waiting for after 4 long years of working hard. With that being said, we did it. We've accomplished one of the major milestones in our lives, but don't forget, it doesn't stop here. Nelson Mandela once said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." I want you all to know that knowledge is power, however, only if you are willingly to act on it. There's so much that the future has in store for all of you, and it's solely based on the path you choose to take. Wherever the future takes you, let it take you somewhere worth your while. I would like to congratulate all of you for being able to graduate in a time like this and finishing off strong. It has indeed been a tough year for all of us. This graduating class has shown us how capable we all are of accomplishing something in life, even when the world has been put on hold. Everyone's story may be different, but I'm here to tell you that you all are loved, talented, ambitious, tenacious, and beautiful. British American author Patrick Ness summed it up perfectly when he said, "Everything is always ending, but everything is always beginning too." Class of 2021, you are the future of writing the next few chapters our world is going to experience to come. I want you guys to be fearless, courageous, and have fun while doing it. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Okay, this concludes our commencement ceremony. Thank you for attending today's graduation. As a courtesy to the next graduation, please wait outside Gate 1 near the fan zone for your graduate. Graduates will exit on the east side of the stadium and will meet you outside Gate 1 near the fan zone. Please understand that we have another graduation coming in next and respectfully ask you to exit the property in a timely manner. Thank you for joining us, and one last time, congratulations to the class of 2021.